You ever wonder what it feels like to be erased by the very people you spent your life saving? That's where my story begins. That I'm not here to tell you about a bad breakup, or some office drama. No, this is about family. The people who are supposed to protect you, love you, anchor you. The people who, in my case, tore the floor out from under me while smiling straight to my face. My name is Claire Monroe, I'm 35, and until recently, I thought money could hold my family together. I was wrong. When my marriage crumbled 6 months ago, I convinced myself that family was all I had left. My parents and my younger brother. If I just held them close, maybe the empty space inside me would heal. So I did what I knew best. I threw money at the cracks, rent when they were late. Bills when the lights were about to shut off. Groceries when the fridge was bare. Over 2 years, I funneled more than $70,000 into their lives. $70,000. And the whole time, I told myself, this will bring us closer. This will make me matter to them. The final straw came wrapped in a postcard paradise. It was a Monday morning. I just finished a 12-hour shift at the firm, drained but buzzing with excitement. I'd paid for something big, a trip, a once-in-a-lifetime vacation for all of us. Sun, sand, laughter. A way to wash away the bitterness of divorce and start fresh. I dialed my mother, already picturing her voice brimming with joy, already imagining her gratitude. She answered on the third ring. I chirped, "So, how's the Hawaii planning going? I can't wait to see our faces out there." Silence. A pause so long I thought the line had dropped. Then, flat, cold, "Oh, we already went. Last week." It was, only for family. Only. For family. Those words didn't just sting, they sliced. Because if they were family, then what the hell was I? I froze, phone pressed to my ear, listening as my mother talked about the beach, about sunsets and dinners by the shore. Vacations I had paid for, that I would never see. I'd given them my savings, my safety net, my weekends, my sanity. I canceled therapy to cover their rent. I sold furniture to fix their car. I sacrificed pieces of myself again and again. And their thanks? To cut me out, like I was nothing. In that moment, the betrayal cut deeper than my divorce ever could. At least my ex had been honest about not loving me. My family? They wanted my wallet, not me. That night, buffalo snow piled against my windows as I sat with my laptop open, scrolling through years of bank statements. Every line item was a memory: $400 for a car repair that never got explained. $1,200 for a landlord who kept calling me, not them. $500 for an emergency I never questioned. Each dollar was proof of how far I'd gone to matter. Proof of how little they gave back. And for the first time in years, something inside me shifted. I decided I wasn't going to be their crutch anymore. The first test came a month later. My brother, Evan, called. Same sweet voice, same fake urgency. "Claire, hey. I'm in a bind again. Landlord's on my back, $2,000. Can you send it tonight?" I almost laughed. Instead, I said, "Only for family, remember?" My tone sharp enough to cut silence. Then a scoff, like he couldn't believe I'd said no. "Don't be dramatic. We're family. You always help." I hung up before he could finish. My hands were trembling, but not from fear, from clarity. That night, I canceled every automatic payment tied to them. Rent, insurance, phone bills, gone with a few taps on my screen. Each click felt like shedding chains I hadn't realized I was wearing. For the first time in years, I slept. The peace lasted exactly 1 day. The next morning, cars pulled up outside my apartment. I peeked through the blinds. My parents, Evan, and a stranger in a suit stepped out. My stomach dropped. When I opened the door, my mother's eyes were narrow, my father avoided mine, and Evan smirked like he'd already won. "The man in the suit?" "Their lawyer, Ms. Monroe," he said briskly. "Your family is concerned about your recent decisions. We need to discuss your obligations." Obligations. That word hit like a slap. My mother chimed in, Claire, you've always taken care of us. Don't turn your back now. My father muttered, we need that money, honey. Be reasonable. And Evan, bold as ever, sneered, you owe us. Don't forget where you came from. I straightened, heart hammering, no. I don't owe you anything. Not anymore. Then I shut the door in their faces. They didn't stop. Days later, a social worker knocked on my door. My brother had reported me for erratic behavior. They were trying to paint me unstable, unfit to handle my own finances. I handed over work records, bank statements, performance reviews. 10 years as a financial manager, spotless. My lawyer, because by then I had one, backed me every step. The social worker left with a folder full of proof that I wasn't broken. But inside, I was cracking. Not from doubt, no. From rage. Rage that my own blood would go this far just to keep their hands in my pockets. The legal fight stretched on. Motions, threats, intimidation. But with every step, I grew stronger. Friends rallied around me. My book club, my co-workers, even neighbors who saw my family showing up with their lawyer. They reminded me, I wasn't crazy. I wasn't cruel. I was finally standing up, and when the judge dismissed their claims, when the case crumbled because the evidence was nothing but smoke and manipulation, I walked out of that courtroom lighter than I'd felt in years. Here's what I need you to hear. I thought money could buy love. I thought sacrifice would make me belong. But love built on debt isn't love, it's leverage. And the moment you stop paying, the truth crashes. My family never wanted me. They wanted my silence, my compliance, my wallet. And by finally saying no, I lost them, but I gained something far greater, freedom. So now I'll ask you what I asked myself that night in the snow. Have you ever been betrayed by the very people who should have protected you? Have you ever realized that the love you were giving was nothing but a transaction to them? Tell me your story in the comments. Someone out there needs to know they're not alone, because if my story proves anything, it's this: blood doesn't make family. Loyalty does.